This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
It's
Bit of a sway there.
a bit like it's wrapping up a swingers party. This bit here.
Yeah, this is how you get everyone to
it's
go
like,
home.
yeah, okay.
We're turning the lights
top
on.
Back on.
Actually, the last one I
your
went
pants
to,
are
they
over
did
there.
play this song.
Yeah, they were.
We had a conversation earlier this morning, Sean, about who out of us would most likely to have been in a threesome.
And we
that
said-
came up.
Yeah. I said
Why didn't you call me in?
I said I don't know whether you would have or not. I said because I know that you're sick. But
you'd like everyone to believe
I
you
think
have.
that might be a little bit vanilla for you. I think Harry definitely has.
That's a cheap shot.
That is Harry.
Oh, well, am I wrong? Anyway.
You're wrong.
I think Harry would have. I said I don't think I could be in one because I'm frightened I'd be left on the outs.
Yeah. You don't want to be
And then also-
third wheeling in your own threesome.
And then
right?
if I'm on the outs as well, I don't think I've got the confidence to get in there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so if other people be like, "Oh, excuse
Yeah,
me,
I
can
see
I?"
what
Yeah,
you're
you're
saying.
like just tapping
Yeah.
them politely
Any
on the
room?
shoulder. And you take
Any
one,
danger?
You take one and go, oh,
think
can
they're
I?
common
And they say
practice
no, and you
these
go, oh,
days.
hang on, I'll tap the other
can
one.
I? Oh, okay, no worries.
Can I
Do you
just
guys want
step
some
in?
water?
I would say that they're common practice.
What? What a common
Threesomes?
practice. For who?
Well, for many people.
There would be for like many threes.
There's a few
many, many
people in the
groups of
room
three.
who won't look us in the eye.
Oh, Sam would have done
Sam,
it.
yeah.
Hands down.
Yeah.
Just met Nick this week. I'm pretty sure Nick has. Amy's like, only three?
Ellie has entered the chat.
Oh, here we go. She was busting at the door. I've never seen her so eagerly.
I'm gagging to talk
Yeah,
about
she
it.
was.
Ellie, any comment?
No.
No.
Oh, that says it all.
I don't think Ellie would even entertain the idea.
The only time I'd like to get involved with another couple is to referee their fights, their arguments.
Oh, yeah, because that's a bit of fun.
Because I'd like to know who's right, who's wrong. Like, let's get into it, you know?
Jesus, you should spend more time at my house. It'd be on.
You'd never win. You would never.
I know, I
You'd never
wouldn't.
get on top.
You're never on my side.
Well, that's a reflection on you, isn't it?
The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Oh, I had to make a phone call yesterday.
Yeah, why?
To Marlene and Brian Morris of Carenup.
Well, mainly to Marlene, to be fair.
Yeah, they did not hear this morning, yesterday morning, when we threw open the idea of having bacon savouries for the VIPPs.
At Piara Waters tomorrow morning.
Great idea.
Yeah. So I was calling to inform them that the request has been made.
Yes.
For Mum's
And cannot be denied.
bacon savouries. And as I finished asking the question, Brian Morris went mental. He went off his brain about...
What's his problem?
His
'Cause
problem
Marlene
is,
makes
I
them.
quote, "Your mum only cooks for you or for effing Nova."
I mean,
He went spare. And let me tell you, it was from the drive from Subiaco for me to get my sushi in Leadville. It went for that long.
Oh, he was teeing right off.
Oh my God, she doesn't cook. The only time she's in the kitchen is if you want something or that bloody radio station.
did you say, yeah, and your problem is?
And I was laughing.
Yeah,
I was going, calm down.
he makes 44-gallon drums of pasta a la Brian. That lasts them a long time. There is no need for her to cook anything else.
No need. Oh, he
Furious.
he wasn't that happy.
Does he not
No, I
realise
totally
he's going to
get it.
get a bacon savoury if he plays his cards
Yeah,
right?
bacon
This is the
savoury's
thing.
delicious.
It's not about having the bacon savouries because Dad was like, it was like he was acting like he had to do it.
Yeah.
And then I said, well, you're not cooking them. And he goes, I have to go to the shops. Like he never goes to the shops.
He goes to the shops
by the
every
way.
day for no reason whatsoever. This
he's-
would give him a reason to be there.
His personal mail gets sent to Carenup Shopping Centre. That's how much he's there. Unbelievable. So, I think what it comes down to, when I'm
Yep.
going to boil it down to it,
Yep.
is I think Dad thinks that Mum only gives the good stuff to other people.
And not to him.
So Mum
Her
only
husband
tries.
of how many
yes,
years?
I think
50 years.
I think he thinks Mum only tries for others and
Yes.
not him, who he should be trying for. Sean, does this resonate with you?
Brian Morris, I am so far on your side. It's not funny. I'm there fighting people with Brian.
Yeah.
And I'm only talking about this because it's 6:40 and I'm hopeful Megan will be in bed. Because this happens at my household all the time and it drives me insane. And Nat, you brought up, I was going to bring up something else, but I'm going to start with what you brought up
Well,
this
I
morning.
said, do you mean you can't get a haircut from your qualified hairdresser wife?
That's right. I'm going to start with this one. Okay, so my wife's a hairdresser. She has friends. She does their hair. They come over all the time. week after week, month after month, me and the boys in our household cannot get a haircut.
So can
off
we
her.
get a trim?
No way in the world. Too busy, world's against us, all the rest of it. When her friends are over and she's doing their hair, she'll go, "Oh, Sean, while I'm waiting for Lisa's colour to, dry or something, would you like a haircut?"
There needs to be
best
somebody
little
else
boy.
there.
Oh,
There needs to be
Nathan,
someone else
I
there.
am just, every single time.
And you're like, why didn't you tell them that you won't cut my hair?
Yes, but, I also got to play the game like, if I don't do it now...
Yeah, that's right,
they're
it's
not
your
gonna
only
get one. So I go,
opportunity.
oh, that's lovely. Thank you. Thank you, darling. And
Thank
I
you,
sit down
darling
and get
wife.
a haircut. But it's so long. It's pain all the time until her friends are there and there's a bit of, shenanigans around the place.
So what's the other story you were going to bring up?
Well, this is the one that gets me the most these days. It's the cooking side of things. And the same deal. So if we were to have, for example, if Megan's parents came over for dinner,
Yes.
she will not let me... I won't lift a finger.
Oh.
There will be no chance of Sean getting his own drink. I'll get served a plate of food at my table.
So Megan turns into a Stepford wife, does she? She goes back to the 50s.
And every day, and I'm saying, let's say twice a year, 3 times a year they come over for dinner. That's
Just
all.
invite
not
them
many.
over more often,
Exactly.
Sean.
I want them to come over every second day. Don't worry about it. Every other day, and this is how Brian feels. He's not getting treated that way. I'm not getting treated that way. I cook all the bloody time.
Sean, to be fair, and we know that Megan feels this way because she's told us, she feels it with you in that you're only fun for other people. So you're fun when you're at Nova, you're fun when you're out with your footy mates, but at home,
Yeah,
there's no fun.
She just
Yeah,
gets
more
Sean
business.
unplugged.
Sophie's in Yanchep. Hi, Sophie.
Good morning.
Hey,
Hey,
Soph.
Soph.
Hey, Soph.
Do you think you're guilty of this?
I am. I'm definitely guilty.
All right,
Okay,
come
I,
clean.
I normally make a Biscoff cheesecake. It's famous amongst the family. I bring it to birthdays. I'll just, we're going around. I'll just do it. And then it was hubby's birthday, and I just could not be asked. So I thought, I'll do the Instagram mud cake.
Yeah.
And I'll take it apart and I'll put it.
Like the one you buy from Woolies?
Yes.
Yeah, but I thought I'll decorate it up. I couldn't
okay.
even be bothered to do that, so I just bought the mud cake and stuck a candle on it.
So
was not
everybody
impressed.
else gets your bespoke Biscoff cheesecake that you're famous for, and he gets a Woolies mud cake.
Yep.
Now, okay,
I know
Sophie,
this.
okay,
You're a
Sophie, here's a
terrible wife.
question, okay,
Yes.
because this is what Sean lives
Yep,
with,
yep.
right? Say if people were coming over for his birthday, then that mud cake wouldn't have existed. It would have been the Biscoff cake, wouldn't it?
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
So just him
100%.
alone, he doesn't deserve the
No.
Biscoff cake, as long as. But if other people are
if they're
witnessing
witnesses, yeah.
It's
you're
a lot of
monster.
energy, you know.
it, it is a lot of energy. There's
Sophie.
the breaking of the Biscoff.
I'm putting together a group where
group
husbands...
therapy?
Yeah,
The What About Me Man?
Yeah, the What
Yeah.
About Me Man.
The What About
Yeah,
Me Man?
yeah.
It's going to take over the world, to be honest.
Thanks, Sophie. Alicia's in Ridgewood. Hello.
Hi, how you going?
Good, Alicia.
Hey, Alicia. Are you putting your hand up like Sophie didn't say, yeah, I do this, or are you dobbing in your partner?
Well, it's actually my partner. He's very much like Sean.
Oh, sorry, sweetheart. All right, Alicia, you've won the prize.
Salt of the earth.
Righto,
No,
Alicia.
we seem to hear him joking and laughing and having a wonderful time with clients and colleagues at work. And my son and I now make a joke of it because he laughs and mucks around with them. So we then take the mickey out of him while he's on the phone.
Yes.
Because as soon as he gets off the phone, he's like, oh, going back to serious
It's just a
mode.
misery,
We
guys.
don't get any of that. We can't joke. He's for idiots. But yeah, he's having a jolly old time.
Yeah, so
with
you
his
know he's
colleagues.
capable of it. He's just hard
I know,
to
because you know what? Because he's hearing things that he likes that are not in the house.
I can't stop that, Alicia. And Nat's heard it from my wife Megan 100
Many times.
Yeah.
But because sometimes when we finish here, right, we're cracking on, carrying on. You're done, aren't you?
You talked
Well,
out.
well, can we introduce Pricey, who works with us here? Pricey, you've got your beautiful partner, Jamie. He's a lovely man.
He is such a nice guy. I'm so glad it's not just talking about acts of kindness, like actually doing things, because mine is literally my general behaviour, my attitude and my personality. He thinks I completely change when I come home.
And you do a lot of Zoom calls and stuff for work, so does he hear them?
Yeah, he does. And he's like, who is that girl in the study?
the one having heaps of fun.
Yeah.
Who's that
Girl in the
Who's
study.
that delightful girl?
Yeah, I'll be like feral in the kitchen. I'm just like, stink face, and I'm awful to him. And then my phone will ring, and I'll be like, "Hey, girl!" Like, I'm just so nice.
So are you mostly sound nice in the study when work calls and work meetings are happening?
Yeah.
Watch any money, Jamie will be moving the bed into the study. Sleep in this magical room where she's nice.
Maybe he just needs to Zoom call you, and that's it. That's the way to get nice now.
I probably wouldn't even answer.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Hottest couple in town, Sean.
In town.
Megan and Sean. It's really nice of you to say so. Well, we're coming into our own.
Hang on, wait. Oh, Megan's up, is she?
Obviously.
Come on, that.
Obviously.
That's brilliant.
Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce.
Hottest couple in that town.
Everyone's talking about them.
Cannot stop talking about this love. Well, the funniest things happening right now, it's sweeping TikTok. And please, girls, if you've got a husband at home that follows football, make sure you do this to them. Women are telling their husbands that Taylor Swift put Travis Kelce on the map. And their husbands are
furious.
Flipping out about it. They're recording it.
Well, to be fair, they've put them on the Swifties map.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't on the Swifties map till then. It's a different Venn diagram, isn't it?
Do you want to have a listen? Here we go.
She put Travis Kelce on the map? Is that what you're learning?
Yeah. Nobody knew about him before.
Nobody knew about Travis Kelce, the best tight end in football. I'm thrilled for Taylor Swift that Travis Kelce is making her relevant. Taylor Swift did not make him famous.
She made his career. Like, now he's going to have a
good
career.
for her. Good for her.
Now he's
You know
going
what
to
I actually think she did? She was like, you know what? I have this hot husband who I broke up with. I got to get like a giant football player just for my revenge.
She needed somebody big so that she can kind of be the little spoon.
Travis Kelce is very famous.
It's
okay?
exciting
I'm not
for him.
doing this. He hosted SNL.
He hosted SNL.
There you go.
Here's another one.
He hosted SNL.
Here's another guy. Here's another guy that was being told.
Like, literally, because of Taylor Swift, Kelce is now so popular.
He was like the most popular tight end on earth.
Literally, I don't care what you say, but that's the truth.
Maybe he is now known to people who never knew of him before.
No one knew of him. That's what they're saying in the headlines and stuff.
That is absolute trash. Because he is unquestionably the best tight end who has played the game in for the past 10 years.
I mean, I'm shocked that you know so much about him.
I would say I know him more than I know Taylor Swift.
Stop!
Sean, you couldn't even keep quiet during that. You're getting angry.
Sean's outraged.
I can't. When you think there's a David Beckham documentary that's just come out on Netflix.
Have you watched it?
Yeah, I watched a bit of it.
It's amazing.
It's really good, actually.
What
Did you
about,
see them
just quickly
personally?
before we digress, what about when David Beckham gets all of his money and they said every time he gets a big pay packet, he would spend it straight away. And then they said the clincher was one day when he came in and he bought a really expensive pen. And they went, what do you want an expensive pen for?
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, go.
No, what I mean is getting back to the same two here. So Travis Kelce's a big deal in his sporting world and globally, people who know that sport know him. David Beckham was a big deal in soccer, right?
Yeah.
Then when he hooked up with Posh, then they became a global thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
But is this how you feel when we tell you that we don't know who Allen Iverson is? Is it
I'm
the same
disgusted.
thing?
No, but we've settled that argument. Tony Collette is no more worldwide famous than.
Do you want to hear another byproduct of the Swiftie Kelce thing?
Yeah.
So she went to a Jets game because the Chiefs were playing.
Yeah, that was the last game at
Jets.
MetLife.
Yeah. So that when you Google Taylor Swift and jet, the articles that were about fuel emissions and the carbon impact of her private plane have been buried deep on the searches, on the Google searches. It's pushed all the way down.
Yeah.
So that's a very happy outcome for
So
her.
can I just say, I have to agree. I think she has put him on the map.
I think...
I'm not saying he wasn't on the... Okay, no, she didn't put him on the map. He was on the map. She just put a big circle around it.
But no one's seeing it.
circle around it.
No one's seeing it as a joint thing. It's put her on the map, and everyone else is. It's taken her from being the pop superstar that she's off doing her concerts. Now she's become worldwide news because she's going out with this guy.
She was worldwide news
He's
anyway.
become worldwide news because he's going out with her.
We know that she's touring the world and doing that's all we know. We haven't seen any other stuff.
We knew
now
that.
she turns up to an NFL game and it's going ballistic.
I think, Sean, the difference is, right, so she was selling out her worldwide tour.
You're wrong.
And now,
I'm not wrong.
Now he's selling 4 times as many jerseys.
Yeah.
He's not selling them.
Yeah.
No.
I
As
feel
in
like-
the Travis Kelce jersey is
I'm
now,
not
its
saying
sales
who's
have
more
increased by
famous.
4 times.
I'm not saying... Is that what you're saying?
We're talking about the impact of their relationship, right? Her ticket sales haven't increased. There aren't guys that only knew Travis Kelce going, I'm now following Taylor Swift. But there are girls that follow Taylor Swift who are now aware of
But the
Travis
ladies here are
Kelce.
saying they've made him relevant.
He's
blah,
a
blah,
bigger
blah.
name
Yes,
because
now,
of it.
because
but
of Taylor Swift.
His name's gone up, but
Her name isn't bigger
hasn't bumped because of it. Her name was always up
No,
there.
her name's been in the search engine a lot more in the last couple of weeks because she's going out with this
No,
guy.
What do you mean
Are
last
you-
couple
no,
of
no,
weeks?
no.
For years.
No,
No, it's beforehand.
Sean,
I agree.
the searches are the Swifties
I'm not
searching
comparing
it.
them. I'm not comparing them, by the way.
No, Sean, it's not Travis Kelce fans searching Taylor Swift. It's Taylor Swift fans searching Travis Kelce.
Can I say something?
It's 100%
Can I say something? I feel like Taylor Swift lets him go out with her rather than him letting her go out with him.
Oh, we don't know the details of their relationship.
What are you talking about?
No way.
100%. He cannot believe.
Any chick, anytime.
He cannot believe, and he has said that he has landed Taylor Swift.
No way.
She can believe he's landed him. She could have landed him any day.
No, that's a good score. But if he breaks up with Taylor Swift, he will move on to the next one.
Allows him to be with her.
And then he'll go, thanks for coming. He'll get another one. He'll get another hot chick. Boom, she's gone. Another one. Boop, boop,
No,
boop, boop.
both of them can get other people. That's not the issue. The question is, has this relationship impacted Travis Kelce more, or has it impacted Taylor Swift more? It's impacted Travis Kelce more.
No, that's not what the TikTok is saying. It's put him on the map, blah, blah, blah.
No, but that's the discussion, right?
I will say that Travis was on the map, but what Taylor's done is got a big red text and put a circle around him, and now people can see it. See where he is.
And nobody doubts that either of them can get other people. That's not the issue at stake either.
He'd pull hot chicks all day long.
Yeah. But he's pulled Taylor Swift.
But he never would have thought that he could have pulled Taylor Swift. He never would have thought he could pull Taylor. And that's why he's on these brothers' podcasts going, oh my God, I pulled Taylor Swift. She's not on a podcast going, oh my God, Travis Kelce. Because you know why people are going,
she's turning up the games and screaming at
It's the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
You're about to hear us get recruited. That's right. The Jump Street program is kicking off in Perth. And they're looking for the youngest people to go into high schools as police officers. And we've been selected.
Specially selected. And we went straight to the top of that selection.
We did.
Be Police Commissioner Cole Blanche. And we're also joined by First Class Constable Damien Keeley. Welcome.
Thank you. Good morning.
Thanks,
Hello,
guys.
Damien. Now, Damien, this is the first time you're meeting the Commissioner.
That is correct. It's the first time.
Yep.
Definitely feeling the nerves.
It's like a first date, isn't it? You are super nervous about that, aren't you, Damien?
Nervous than I was last week here.
Yeah, when you came in?
Yeah.
Well, we invited Damien back in because we saw his guns there on show, Commissioner, and we thought, mate, this is frontline police officing. This is frontline police work at its best.
Is this a specimen of police?
Oh my God,
have a look at
It's
it.
a fine specimen,
my
isn't
thing
he?
about it, and people would have, but we'll show his arms today to objectify him. But is there a special squadron in the police force for gladiator type officers? Because really, if they rock up to a situation and you see the Avengers,
It's going to be resolved quickly.
Like, because I know police officers can come in all shape and sizes. It's
Yes.
an amazing thing about the police force. But like, are we thinking maybe we can get?
Well, I think that's the best thing about policing. You get to choose your own adventure. And certainly there's plenty of spots for people with massive arms like Damien.
Have you thought about, getting a uniform specially for Damien with more elastic in the sleeves?
Now,
because
listen, just so you know,
it's about to rip off.
People like Damien choose tight shirts. I want to look massive.
Also, there are bigger sleeves.
I know that.
Isn't it appropriate when Damien rocks up to solve a crime when he flexes his muscles and then his shirt and pants just rip off like he's a stripper?
Well, look, it's a crime prevention strategy. A lot of people look at Damien and go, I'm not going there. That's not what I'm going to argue with.
For sure. Now, Commissioner, there's a lot of different areas in the police force that I don't know if a lot of people know about, but I know a couple of my mates have just gone through all kinds of different areas because and you do apply for different positions as well. So there's jobs within
and
the
you can
force.
move around, yeah?
Yeah, and what I do, I talk to the recruits. So every recruit we get. I mean, obviously today I'm going to talk about the Career Expo. That's on Saturday at 10 a.m. But what police get to do is, again, choose your own adventure.
Yeah.
So I always say to them, you've got about 5 years at the start of your career to try everything.
Yep.
Give everything a crack. But certainly frontline policing is where it's at. You've got to learn those communication skills. You've got to talk to the public.
Yeah.
You've got to have fun with people that you're dealing with. But then start looking at specialist places, whether it's dogs, horses, helicopters, diving, gang crime, detectives. You can do anything and everything.
What
but
about
do a bit of everything?
Undercover?
Undercover surveillance. You can follow people around wearing shorts and thongs your entire, for a good 4 years.
I don't think you can go undercover.
Hey, undercover, right? Undercover, does undercover happen in Perth?
Yes, it does. Yeah.
I didn't think, because Perth seems so small, I feel like someone would
Everybody
know someone.
knows one another.
Well, that's right. Can I tell you a quick story?
Yeah.
I'll tell you one.
Kel.
We send police officers, WA police officers, overseas undercover. So we've sent an undercover officer to Kenya, as an example, to work
That
with
would have stuck out, wouldn't it?
Well, believe it or not, when Australians turn up to major drug communications in another country, they don't think they're the police. They always think the Americans are the cops. And they go, oh, well, an Aussie's here, particularly a West
They're
Aussie.
just here to drink.
They're not, this joker from WA, there's no way he's a cop. And we are. And we've actually arrested people on behalf of the United States because of our good undercovers in Western Australia.
Amazing.
Cole, on the different areas of the police work, where did you start and what other kind of interesting ones have you done? Because TRG, I know a mate lives down the street, he's in the TRG, and that sounds to me like, wow, that's full on.
Yeah, and look, that's why I'm wearing this jacket, because I'm actually massive like Damien.
You are. You're 90% abs.
Yeah, correct. Now, look, I was actually a Victorian police officer. So I was a West Australian originally, but I moved back before school finished. So I became a Victorian officer. But I went to a place called the Australian Crime Commission for about 15 years. So I had the best opportunity. I got to fly around the world. I got to work with partner agencies all around the world. I got to work with or arrest lots of organised criminals, drug traffickers. Right. So I've had a wonderful career, magnificent career. But I learnt as a leader, it's not about you. You know, you've got to actually build capacity in really good people and have great police officers. And one thing in WA which we pride ourselves on is our ability to work with our community and have their trust and respect, because solving crime is done more by the community than the police, meaning that they come to us and they say, this is how we can help you.
Yeah, I've helped the police out before.
So the help from community is everything. And that's probably the best thing I've learnt in my entire career is keep the community on side and you actually will be a good police force.
Yeah, talking about good police officers, Damien, why did you become a cop? What was your calling? Is it like when, someone hears God?
Yeah.
It's a tough question. I think it defaults to everyone's answer where you just want to be part of the community, a positive effect, make a difference, that kind of stuff. Be around people.
Yep.
You've got different sceneries, different avenues of career. The world's your oyster. You've got so many options, and I enjoy it. I've never changed job, and it's something that you can
police
start.
For life.
What age did you start?
I started at the age of 25. So
So you knew early on. Yeah. But that's the amazing thing about...
There's lots of people switching careers into the police force, aren't there?
Yeah, well, look, I started in my teens, but certainly today, what used to be a 40-year career is probably a 10 to 15-year career now. A lot of people swapping, coming in and out. We're getting a lot of mature age.
TikTok.
But I think both of those things are good. It's good to have 18-year-olds, but it's also good to have 30-year-olds come in because it's quite a good mix.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun in podcast form.
Taylor Swift has got us talking about when you meet the parents quite soon. Like she's hanging out with Donna Kelsey, having a great time at
MetLife Stadium.
Which works out well because, her son's a sports star, she's a celebrity. Of course you want your mum to meet Taylor Swift, but when we're not dating Taylor Swift, what's too early? Hi, Mel.
Hi, how are you?
Good, Mel. All right, so we're talking about meeting the parents and the timeline. What happened?
Okay, so was on the second date with this guy and we decided to meet at a restaurant.
Yep.
And we were sitting for about 10 minutes when this couple walked up to us.
Yeah.
And they sort of just stood there. So I asked them, can we help you or anything? And then the guy that I was on the date with was like, oh, no, these are my parents. Oh. And, they were like, it's all right, son, yeah, she's beautiful. We're going to go home now. Have a good night.
We're going to go home. They were there to check you out, Mel.
And then I asked him, a little bit later, I'm like, oh, is it strange that your parents are at the same restaurant? He's like, oh, no, I organised it with my parents because I've dated some, interesting girls in the past. So I wanted to get their opinion and see if they liked you.
So wait, this was like a premeditated drive-by approval.
Yeah, and he was like, we weren't 17, we were 24 at the time.
And also all they did was look at you. That doesn't give them much indication of your character.
And Mel, they spoke in front of you?
Yeah, they literally just said, yeah, she's beautiful, son. We hope you have a nice time. And
it's a red flag. Are you still together, Mel?
No, not at all.
Okay.
If you're going to go to that length, someone gives you the wink and the nod from deep, hey, she looks all right, whatever. And so you don't have that conversation in front of
But also, how annoying for those parents. I mean, wherever he goes for a date, they have to go, okay, get in the car, do your hair. Oh, look, we'll be in there for 5 minutes. Just go check her out.
Put a jacket on.
Walk in there, have a look at her, sniff her hair, check out her gums. Yeah, she'll do.
She'll do. It's not as bad as the last one. All right, moving on. Thanks, Mel. Nicole's in South Perth. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good, Nicole.
How quickly in the sort of circumstances did you meet the parents, Nicole?
So it was the first date. We had a little joke before saying I'll meet your dad. As a joke, it was completely a joke on my side.
Yes.
And he was like, yeah, no worries. He can come on our date. And I was like, oh yeah, like going
Good
along
one.
with the joke. And then I get a message in the morning and it's like, are you still on for the date, a date with my dad? And I was like, yep, no worries, we'll be there. And
Leaning into the joke, leaning into it.
I'm
Love it.
fully like seriously thinking it's a joke.
Yeah.
And then he was like, okay, cool, Dad's excited. And I'm like, wait, you're joking, right? And he's like, no. And I was like, I'm so sorry, I can't come. Like, this is so weird. And he was like, that's so disrespectful. My dad's taking his time out of his And so I went, and then I was so nervous. I didn't even have a chance to look at the menu. I ordered the most expensive thing on the menu.
Yes.
And it was like red meat. I don't eat red meat.
Yeah.
I downed it. I got so sick afterwards, had to go to the toilet, and it was just so funny.
Oh, Nicole, so there was
Nicole.
the three of you sitting there?
Yeah, it was the three of us. Then, like, the dad in front of us too. I was shaking the whole night.
Was the dad like asking you questions? What was it like? What was it? What was the thing? What was the vibe?
Just asking. I don't know. Like, we got on really well, which was really nice.
That's lovely.
I can't even remember. I just remember how nervous and like just weird.
Well,
like,
because
how
you're on a
weird
date
that
with a
was.
guy and his dad for the first date. I mean,
And you
it's
thought
a
that
strange,
was a joke the
it's
whole
a
way
strange
through.
situation.
I thought it was a joke. Like who brings their dad to the first date?
Of course.
So, did you see him again?
Yeah. Well, I'm still with my partner for 5 years, and now I'm like the dad's daughter. So.
So wait,
my God, you worked
stuck
out,
it out
Nicole.
through that. What are you talking
I
about?
don't know why I'm still here, but
Oh my
Okay,
God,
that's
I'm
amazing.
single. Can I borrow your partner's dad?
Yeah. We're talking about meeting the parents. Of course, we've been watching the Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce romance just unfold in front of our eyes.
There's another romance going on between Taylor and Donna Kelce.
Yeah, that's right. His mum. They met very early on.
Now they're sitting at games
Watching
together.
the game
That's a
together.
wag.
Yeah.
Like, is that too soon? I don't know.
Let's head over to Jenny's house. Hi, Jenny.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, Jenny.
All right.
All right.
So we're talking about the timeline of meeting one's parents. What do you got for us?
Okay, so I had been with my husband now for 3 years, and I hadn't met his mum.
Oh.
We invited her down for our wedding, and she was meant to be at the ceremony and everything. She missed the ceremony. I did not meet my husband's mum until afterwards when we were having the photos, and this strange lady was walking up to me, and I had no idea who she was.
Whoa, Jenny.
And that was your mother-in-law?
Yes.
Jenny, was
And
there
it was my mother-in-law.
Where
I
did
had
she
no
live?
idea
Did
who
she
she
live
was.
far away?
She lived Geraldton.
Oh,
So not
Okay,
too
okay.
far.
It's not
that
around the
far
corner.
away.
And for how
It's
much?
not
So
around
she
the
lived in
corner, but
Geraldton,
yeah.
and how many years was it?
3.
3.
3.
Did you start questioning whether he was hiding you from her?
Or her from you?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
And he's like, no, I just don't like my hometown. I grew up there. There's nothing up there.
Okay.
Well, your mum's there.
Yeah, that's one thing. And the mum didn't make one single trip to Perth in that entire 3 years.
So interesting.
No.
That is so funny.
amazing.
Well, when my mum and dad got
4 hours
married,
away.
I didn't know this, but so dad married mum in Sydney, and then he took her on the best
An epic train journey.
I know this is on the bus.
Oh, this is
Showed her the life she was
Honeymoon.
going to be living
The
by then
honeymoon.
putting her
on
on
a
a bus.
Greyhound bus.
All the way over to Kalgoorlie. When he got off the steps of the bus, when he got to Kalgoorlie, that's the first time he met my mum's parents.
Whoa, that's hectic.
After marrying.
Yeah.
Back then they weren't FaceTiming or anything.
No,
There
there's
probably would have
nothing.
been like half a letter.
Yeah.
Oh, insane.
Amazing.
Let's go to Vanessa in Forestfield. Hey, Ness.
Hey.
Hey.
All right. Did you meet the parents soon or very late?
Very, very soon.
Okay, talk us through it.
He took me to the movies for our first date,
Mm-hmm.
and then decided he didn't want to go home or drop me home just yet.
Yeah.
So he took me home to meet his parents and all the neighbours.
Were they having a gathering that you kind of walked in on, or they? Yeah.
Yeah, it was a standard Friday night gathering, which he knew happened every Friday night.
Yep.
And, just decided I was worth
Bring in.
You're
to the
worth
fold.
bringing in.
introducing to
To
everyone.
be honest, though,
Yeah,
for
that's
you
all
to
right.
be the the thing of his show and tell.
I know.
Like, that's a proud moment for him. How was it for you?
A bit daunting, and
Yeah.
But so family dinner was 2 weeks later, and then 3 weeks later he dropped the L word.
Oh,
He locked you down.
Yeah.
Are you still together?
And, 28 years.
28
years.
28 years.
You know what? There is something said, right? I'm going to say this only in the relationship stakes where you both seem to like each other. There's something said for not playing any games and just saying how you feel. Not going, okay, this is where it's supposed to sit on the timeline. Times were different
28 years ago, I reckon.
But then again, 3 weeks. How long was it until you got I love you? How long
3
was
weeks.
That? 3 weeks. 3 weeks. I don't know.
That's a big play.
I don't know.
But you haven't met Vanessa. Maybe she's that amazing that you would
Vanessa,
love her after within 3 weeks.
Well, also, Vanessa, I'm going to have to get you around. I'm going to have to get the neighbours together and give them a viewing.
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
Joined by Donna Hay, whose book Even More Basics to Brilliance launches today. And Donna, Nathan had a discovery. We've got Donna on the phone now, everybody, technology. Nathan discovered how to make caramelised onions because he was confused.
I thought I was caramelising them, but I wasn't just cooking them in the pan with nothing. And then I thought, why don't mine taste the same as everyone else's? And then I've learned that you need like balsamic vinegar and maybe some sugar in there. Is that right?
Maybe, but good on you for having a go.
Thanks. Yeah, it wasn't good. But then I saw the recipe for caramelised onion soup.
That looks amazing,
Oh my
Don,
God.
actually.
Where
I love a
was
soup.
I? I think I was in, strangely enough, I think I was in Hong Kong or Singapore where I had the most amazing French onion soup. And
that makes sense.
And I've been obsessed ever since. Is this going to remind me of a French onion soup?
It is. And you know what else? I'm going to make it a little bit easier for you because if you stand over caramelised onions, it does take 45 minutes of your life.
Yeah.
Which is maybe too long for a busy person like you. So the trick is to start cooking them a little bit. Then you throw in some water and put on a lid, and it kind of steams them down. So you cut the cooking time in half.
So you put
because I know you're a busy guy.
I'm so busy. There's some Netflix to watch.
Apart from balsamic, what other stuff can you put in there to caramelise onions? Is balsamic...
Well, you can add a
fairy
herb.
floss, maybe?
No,
sugar.
Yeah. Instead of sugar, fairy floss. You do you. Absolutely.
Well, we just had the Royal Show, Donna. There's bags around people's houses. So.
Oh God, this never gets old. Fairy floss. I love it.
Yeah.
It's so. Just put in any vinegar you've got because you need a little bit of sharpness. And then a herb is always good, but you can do anything: oregano, rosemary, thyme, whatever you've got. But you can also do them plain if you don't have a herb. But just make sure you cook them down so you get rid of that kind of sharpness, so they're really nice and sweet. But putting the water in and the lid on saves 20 minutes cooking time.
Brilliant. We're all after that. Don, I want to ask you about what's happening at home in particular. I know you've got a couple of boys, and I was thinking about mine recently. I've told a few stories about going through licenses at the moment, a couple of L-platers in my household, which is a bit of a freak show. Are you at that age yet?
Oh, my God. Is that not the scariest thing you've ever done in your life?
Yes.
And I'm just not good at it.
Yeah, but your kids have limo drivers, so they don't really need it.
They can get their hours up with their limo driver.
It's really hard to reverse park in a limo. Feel for them.
And also, where do you put the P plate on the helicopter? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's going to blow off. I don't know. I haven't even thought about that yet. I just think it's just my boys want me to take them after I've been at work all day and then I've made dinner and then they go, hey, it's going to be a really fun thing to do. Hey, want to go for a drive? And it's hey, no. God, no.
I like living.
So how do you get through it? Because my wife, she just refuses to most of the time, so I have to go along with it, right? Because she'll be screaming and just teeing off on them. So how do you do it?
I took them for a little while and we fought so badly because they wouldn't listen that I actually paid for a few lessons. Then I jumped back in with them because I just couldn't. It was just not for me. We were just going to have the worst
It's
stuff.
really an expert field. That's why there are instructors. Why they think parents can just magically do it.
And they're at an age where they don't want to listen to me at all.
They haven't listened to you so far. Why would they start now?
Exactly. Just because they're behind the wheel of Mum's car. No, still not listening.
What happens with getting a car, though? Because everyone came into their first car in a different way. And straight away, if I was the kids of Donna Hay, I would be...
Straight down the Range Rover dealership?
Straight away. But, are you going to, what's the plans? What's the plans?
If they can't afford their own car, they're still on the bus. That's how we roll in my house.
Oh,
you can make it.
Really?
No way.
Really?
I am not a buy your own car.
What,
kind of
you
What
vibe.
about this,
go
Donna?
halves kind
Yeah,
of?
because that's what happens in our household.
So dollar for dollar, match dollar for dollar.
And we hope that
Dollar for dollar?
Yeah.
Yes.
Look, I haven't considered it, but I would. One of them is quite the saver. The other one is just the big spender. But I guess I would consider it. But I'm not just going to hand them stuff because I
Right.
think that's just silly.
Yeah,
You know what? You
interesting
read this
thing
because you are Australia's basically Mick Jagger, like, comparable with wealth.
That's who you went to was Mick Jagger.
Well, no, I read about him the other day, and he's not handing any of his kids the money
Oh,
either.
yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? He said, no, I made this myself. I had a great life
Yes.
making it. It shouldn't all fall to you. And it's probably the same. I mean, he's only got probably half of what Donna has. But
Yeah.
Donna, is that the same for you?
Yeah, look, I let them count it with me, but I'd say...
And she can't get no
Do you have
satisfaction
a
either.
Scrooge McDuck room where you just dive into it and swim?
Oh, my God. No, they don't even get pocket money. No, actually, I lie. One of them gets pocket money. No, I think it's a really good life lesson. I try to make them cook as well, but they've kind of, gone against that idea now. They can cook, but I think there's serious values that you have to, go through yourself to have the value of life.
Yeah,
You
no
can't be
doubt.
given things. What kind of person do you become when you get employed?
Right. And I want them to buy a $2,000 stinker and drive it into your Rose Bay place. Imagine how many people will call the police. Oh, my God, there's a car under $80,000 in the area.
Nathan, Nat, and Shaun is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.